I just think I cannot stress how important it is if you're watching this and you're somebody who's been bitten by that ambition gene, that ambition bug, that ambition, whatever that is, where you're just ready to go. That is a great thing, but it can really be destructive if you're not careful about being patient there. So just factor that in. Now on to principle number 11, life lesson number 11. The key to a fulfilling life is balance. Kind of ties into the last principle a little bit. When you say balance, I always think of your spirit, your mind, your body, your relationships, your finances, kind of those areas. When you say balance, what areas are you talking about that we're trying to balance?
I am talking about those areas, and I'm also talking about the balance between your work and your family. So all of those. And again, we go through seasons of life where we are more balanced and some where we're not. But I just think, and I wrote my most recent book is all about this. I think it's critical. I believe that our lives are really a sum total of how we perform in our most important roles. I believe that my most important roles are husband, father, and CEO of the bank. So how do I perform in each of those? I can perform great as CEO and increase shareholder value, but if my kids don't know me and my wife leaves me, that is not the life that I certainly want to have. So I think balance is critical. If we go to burnout, but our health fails us, that's not going to be a good life.
I think every entrepreneur, if you're watching this, if you're somebody who's on the younger side of the pendulum and you are just now getting started, or if you're watching this and you've been in business for a long time, I know that personally, almost every entrepreneur I've ever met, we have had our family take a hit in the name of our business, or we've had our health take a hit in the name of our business. And in fact, just this week, I was really evaluating just certain balance issues. And really what it is you have to pull from one place if you're going to add someplace else.
Sure.
And so my wife and I, we really don't watch unnecessary television. We don't, there's just things we don't do. There's certain activities we have to say no to. And I think life balance is a lot about just saying no to certain activities in order to say yes. Are there some things that you say no to in your world now that because you're all in with business, you're all in with family? Do you say no a lot in order to find life balance?
Yeah, you really don't have any choice because over time what happens is your opportunities become much greater than your time. And so I just think you have to be very intentional. I actually have a list of roles, and every week I have a goal for my most important roles in this life. And so each week I focus in those areas, and you're exactly right. Now it is at a point where if I have a new opportunity, then I have to figure out what I'm going to replace it with. And if I'm not willing to replace it with anything that I'm currently doing, you got to say no. Used to, for a long time, I would just pile it on. I know you would too. I would just figure it out. Say yes and then figure it out later. I am at a point, you reach a point where you cannot do that. It's not physically possible. I went through an inventory of all of my kind of important roles in my life, and I found that to fully satisfy those roles was twice the time that I had. I didn't have that much time. So I had to basically look at a number of extracurricular boards that I was on, or just activities that I was doing just to please others, but it wasn't really pleasing to me or the most important people in my life, and I had to make some pretty major adjustments.